All right, guys, so I am getting ready to make my first batch of mushroom powder here using my brand new Vitamix. And I just wanted to show you all the dehydrated mushrooms I got. This is a half-gallon jar and I vacuum sealed it, so it is ready to go up in my pantry cupboard in my cabinet. But look at how pretty. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I'm so happy. It turned out so good. And a tip. Now, I'll be doing mushrooms again, and when I do, I will definitely film it. Yesterday was a hectic day with it being Easter and trying to get so much done. I didn't have time to, to set up all the video equipment, but a tip that I read in the dehydrating book that I bought from Dehydrate to Store here on YouTube, which is just a fantastic video or channel here. She said, do not soak to wash your mushrooms. If you soak them or if you get them too wet, they will discolor when you dehydrate them and they will turn gray. She says they're still edible, but they're just not pleasing to the eye. So she suggests washing your mushrooms with a cool damp rag, and that's what I did. Now it was painstakingly long, I'm not gonna lie. Took a while. But that's what I did. And she also said you could also buy pre-washed and pre-sliced mushrooms, which will dehydrate beautifully. And as you can see, my mushrooms are beautiful. They were, more of the, that taupey whitish color before I dehydrated them. And they are pretty much the same color now. They're not gray or ugly or anything. They're absolutely beautiful. So that was a really good tip and a tip that I took, and I'm really happy with the results. So that being said, many of you suggested to me that I save the stems and use the stems for the powder. And so that's what I did. I wiped down the stems really good with that cool, clean rag, one by one, making sure it was nice and clean. They were all nice and clean. And as you can see, they dehydrated beautiful too. If you can, let's see if I can get you focused. If you can see that color, they are just like the same color as before I dehydrated them. They're beautiful. So, never done this before, guys. So I know many of you have want a Vitamix too, and you wanted to see what it can do. I want to see what it can do too. So let's put this to the test. Now, through all the reading that I've read through my books, it suggests using the dry container. So I am using the dry container, and I think I have, before I put this in, I would guess that I have about between 1.5 cups and 1.75 cups of mushroom stems. Now, I think there was a couple of mushrooms in there too that I didn't have room in my jar for, but not many. I got those suckers to fit on there. Okay, so now when you put on the lid, you should hear 2 clicks, which there it is. And then all we're going to do is we're going to start it on 1. I'm going to turn it on, and then I'm going to slowly turn it up to 10. And it says it should be done in about 30 seconds. So, all right, ready? Here we go. Well, it would help if I actually turned on the machine, wouldn't it? Okay. Yes, when the machine is on, it will light up, Heather. My gosh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous and yet excited. I'm so glad you guys are here with me so I don't feel alone. Okay, ready? All right, I'm just going to hold the handle just because it just makes me feel better. Okay, ready? Here we go. I honestly don't think it needs any more than that. That's pretty good. All right, let's get this lid off and we will take a look at what we have inside. I was warned of the puff of smoke I might get. All right, let's take a look. And there we have it inside. Looks pretty pulverized to me. That was less than 30 seconds. I would say that ended up being beautiful. So I'm just gonna let it, I don't know, let's tap it. You're thirsty? Alright, give Mama like 1 second and I will get you some water.
What's this for?
That's my water bath canner, honey.
Is there water in it?
No. Mama's not using it right now. Alright.
Inside?
Sure. Nothing in there. It's just the rack. Okay. I'm going to want every piece of this. And I picked up this little tiny spatula. What's the brand of it? Donesco. Bed Bath & Beyond for $1.99. So I'm glad I did. I thought maybe I would need it when I made powders. So here we go. All right, let's get a spice jar. Maybe I'll put it in a, do you think I should put it in a spice jar or should I put it in a jelly jar? Let me get a jelly jar. I'm going to use I've got this Atlas mason jar. That's a little bit bigger than a jelly jar and a little bit smaller than a pint. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pour this in without losing too much of the powder. Hopefully. I'll make sure I scoop every crumb up. I definitely don't think I need to turn it all the way to 10. I think 6 would have been fine. And it probably would have made less of a mess for me. But you live and learn, and I was just following their suggestion. I'm going to try to see if I can get some powder out of this lid. But it definitely did a beautiful job, I have to say. I'm impressed. I cannot wait. The next on my list, I want to make some kale powder. And then I want to make some tomato powder. So get all of that powder down in there. Alright, let me put that in the, I probably could go in a jelly jar. Probably could go in a spice jar, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it in here. And there you have it. Mushroom powder. Now, some of you have asked me what I plan to do with this. I know I made mention of it in my last video, but a lot of people don't look at my last video. And I'm going to turn this off. I'm really excited to try this in risotto, when I make risotto. I also plan on putting a little bit of it in, like when I make Alfredo sauce. Any kind of gravy, that includes just regular gravy, country gravy, gravy I make for Salisbury steak, sauce I make for stroganoff, sauce I make for, what did I make the other night? A pepper steak. Anywhere where you want some mushroom flavor. You could throw it in spaghetti sauce. Like I said, you could throw it in some scrambled eggs before you cook them if you wanted a little mushroom flavor. Pretty much anywhere where you want a concentrated flavor of mushroom without chunks of mushroom. So I plan on doing mushrooms again. I might go back to Aldi because, like I said, I think they were on sale. They were like, they cost me somewhere around 50 cents a container. I mean, it was pretty crazy how cheap it was. And look at my bounty from them. So I plan on doing it again and filling this jar. I might make more powder, because I think this is really going to be good. I'm really excited to use it. I know many of you use it and many of you love it. I've got a little bit of powder on there. Let me get that off. And I'm really excited to use it. This Vitamix and this Dehydrator has just opened up a whole new world for me. And I know many of you are following along and getting the same thing. It's amazing how many of you have gone out and gotten a Dehydrator now, which is so exciting to me. You have no idea. It's almost like a book club, you know, except better. We're actually making food and putting food by, and it's just, I am so excited to do it with you guys, as like, I feel like I'm part of a team. You know what I'm saying? Like a group, a club, you know? It's really empowering, and I know if I have any questions, I've got a lot of people now I can fall back on, because you guys are all doing the same things too, or you've done it already, and you're so knowledgeable. Like dehydrating the stems and making mushroom powder out of it. I mean, without you guys, I wouldn't have thought of that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You've helped me and you've helped my family, and I'm just super, super excited, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't want to make it too long for you. I already washed up my asparagus and labeled it, and that's on my, it's put away in my pantry. I now have to get to these green beans. Big day, big day. So I'll be talking to you guys later. All right, bye guys.